At Healthcare Partners Medical Group, our mission is to provide the highest quality of healthcare to each and every patient. With 5 locations in Prom, we are local doctors you know and trust. We want to thank you for choosing us. Quality care starts here.
Prom Nugget, progressive cash drawings, mystery point multipliers, mystery gift days, extra cash for 4 of a kinds, bingo, bowling, football, and food specials. Looking for constant action? Look no further. Prom Nugget Hotel and Casino.
Parum's most watched and #1 media source for local news and weather with Deanna O'Donnell.
Welcome to News 46's Week in Review, your #1 source for local news. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Jason Koblenz. 1 pedestrian is killed and 9 vehicles are damaged in an accident in the parking lot of the Prom Nugget.
10:30 this morning, a 9-vehicle accident involving a pedestrian occurred. Nye County Sheriff's deputies and detectives are on scene right now. An additional 2-vehicle accident occurred right after this accident when a vehicle inside the Nugget parking lot also backed up into another car. We have learned that the pedestrian involved in this accident did not survive his injuries. The driver of the Chevy Blazer, which was the car that hit all the other vehicles, was also transported to Desert View Hospital. We're not sure if he was intoxicated or if that had anything to do with this accident, or if in fact it was a medical condition that caused him to hit 9 cars. The Nye County Sheriff's Cadet Academy is here as well on scene. This week just happened to be training for accident reconstruction. The cadets are out here learning about how to reconstruct an accident as being taught by Deputy McCrae and Deputy Bergstrom. Detectives Eric Murphy and Joe Close are out here using a reconstruction camera to find out just how this accident occurred. Of course, the one person that was transported inside the Chevy Blazer was transported here locally. The other victim, pedestrian of this accident, was transported and airlifted. This is Deanna O'Donnell at the Prom Nugget. The Nye County Sheriffs have released information regarding the fatal pedestrian accident, which was in the parking lot of the Prom Nugget. 17 yesterday morning, deputies were dispatched to the Prom Nugget parking lot for a vehicle versus pedestrian accident. Upon arriving, it was discovered that a 77-year-old male had lost control of his gray Chevy Blazer vehicle in the parking lot. The causes are still under investigation at this time. Investigation revealed that the Blazer struck 2 vehicles prior to hitting a 3rd vehicle. The 3rd vehicle had a 42-year-old male who was entering his vehicle with his wife at the time. The victim's vehicle was struck by the Blazer, knocking the 42-year-old male to the ground. The Blazer continued forward, rolling over the victim. The Blazer then struck another vehicle, then struck the casino outside wall. Both the 77-year-old driver and the 42-year-old victim were transported to Desert View Hospital for treatment. The 42-year-old later succumbed to his injuries. The man fatally injured in the crash was later identified as Lieutenant Alejandro Gomez, who is an officer with the Nevada Southern Detention Center. The driver of the Chevy Blazer was 77-year-old Russell McMorris. Deputies from the Traffic Division are following up on several leads, and the investigation is ongoing. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
The Southern Nevada Detention Center employees held a fundraiser to help the Gomez family in their time of crisis. 42-year-old Alejandro Gomez was struck and killed in the parking lot of the Prom Nugget.
Parking lot of Wolfie's, where a car wash was held by the Southern Nevada Detention Center for a fundraiser for the Gomez family. 42-year-old Alejandro Gomez lost his life on Tuesday morning when he was struck by a vehicle in the parking lot.
Alejandro Gomez was a lieutenant at the Nevada Southern Detention Center. Most of us worked closely with him, whether he was a supervisor or just a coworker with a friendly face. He was a kind and gentle person who always took his time to listen to us or to help out in any way he could, so this is the least we can do to help him and his family.
He's a husband and father of how many children?
He has 3 children.
Do you know their ages?
I know that he has a daughter that's in 1st grade, and I believe a son that is like 13 or 15 something, and he has an older boy who's in the military.
The family, I'm sure, is just devastated, and you guys have decided to come out here and do this car wash to help them out.
Yes, actually it was put together by some people in our facility, and I kind of took a hold, and we came out here to do everything we can. We want to give them as much as we can.
And tell me a little bit about some of the thoughts and what you're hearing from his co-workers.
Of course, everyone's devastated. It's a tragic thing that we never expected would happen. And you know, we had meetings yesterday where everyone kind of just did what they had to grieve. We went to the memorial at the Prom Nugget. Some of the night shift staff went and prayed there, and it's just hard to deal with, but the only way we can get through it is being a family that we are at Nevada Southern, and coming out to the community and seeing the support is wonderful.
And a little bit about the upcoming fundraiser at the detention center itself.
On Tuesday, we will have a barbecue at the Nevada Southern Detention Center in the parking lot. We're going to be cooking tri-tip and chicken, and we're going to have lots of sides and desserts. We're hoping everyone will come out and just spend time with us and donate whatever you can.
If people can't make these events, can they donate to the family?
Yes, you can contact anyone at the Nevada Southern Detention Center, whether it's the warden's secretary or myself, and we will get the money from you, or whatever you want to donate to them, and we can take it to them. That's probably the best way to do it.
News 46 has been told that Alejandro Gomez was with his wife and daughter-in-law at the Prom Nugget when he was tragically struck down. We're also told that Alejandro warned or pushed his wife out of the way so to save her life when this accident occurred. This is Deanna O'Donnell at Wolfies for News 46. And a marijuana grow was busted last week on Princeton and David Street. Approximately 11:30, Nye County Sheriff's deputy was driving down David and Basin where he smelled an odor of drugs. We are here at 1511 Princeton, right off of David, where Nye County Sheriff's deputies have obtained a search warrant on this residence. They have taken one male into custody so far. They've also ordered some bags and hazmat to the scene for what they are calling grow and chemical drugs here at this residence. There's a female inside that they have not yet taken into custody, as well as a dog that we've seen on scene. We're not sure if there is any other individuals inside this residence or how much marijuana and chemical drugs they have been able to seize. We do know that they have called in the detention center truck along with some bags to obtain all of the drugs here. We'll keep you updated on this developing story. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. The man arrested reportedly has claimed that he has a prescription for the 17 individual plants and the numerous smaller ones that were located in tubs. News 46 has learned that he allegedly applied for the prescription but has not yet received it.
Someone very special has just left KPVM. We want to wish Rick Vale good luck as he moves on with his career.
I'm so bummed that you're leaving, but I understand, and I'm going to miss you very much. You're my best buddy on the desk. You're going to truly be missed by me.
Hey, Rick. We had a good run here up at the station. You're my best friend up here, and I'm going to miss you a lot. And good luck in your future ventures.
Hey, Rick. I was told to keep this short, so here's my abridged version of the long goodbye I was going to give you. Goodbye. No, I'm just kidding. Gonna miss you, bro.
Rick, one of the best things about you is that you can read. One of the worst things about you is you can read. Thanks for reading everything just as I wrote it. And we're going to miss you dearly. I always, always, always honored how much you, even under stress, handled the situation with a smile on your face. Thank you so much. We're going to miss you dearly. We love you. Bye-bye.
Hey, Rick, it's been great working with you. You are definitely an asset to this company, and I'm sure you will be wherever you go. I guess I'm going to take your place on the desk. Oh, man, these poor people out here are going to have to put up with that. Anyway, best of luck to you, and it sounds like a great adventure that you're about to take off on.
Well, Rick, it's been fun. And I'm not going to say goodbye because it isn't goodbye. I know I'll be seeing you again, and you'll be helping out around here now and then, and I bet maybe we can even talk you into a quick cameo here and there. So I'm saying good luck in your new adventures.
Goodbye, Rick. I'm going to miss my fellow Cuban around here. I'm going to be the only one. I'm going to miss you so much, though. I wish you the best. I know you're going to do great wherever you go, and I hope you come and visit us sometimes. Goodbye, Rick. We're really going to miss you.
Hi, Rick. It's me again. I don't know who's going to miss you the most. Everybody, I'm sure, has their reasons why, because you're so amazingly talented, but I'm going to miss your friendship the most. And when I have to pick the best moment I've had to spend with you, there isn't one to pick because I think every moment has been fantastic. I'm going to miss you, and answer your phone because I'm going to keep calling. Bye.
Well, every employer has wonderful employees, and every employer has excellent employees. Well, all of ours are excellent. And when we see one leave, it really is sad. So this is Rick's last day. Rick's been with us for 2 years. It's been a fantastic ride with Rick. Rick's going to be leaving, doing a big photography job, which is really cool for him. And we're very excited for him. But, you know, he needs to be recognized to all you people out in Pahrump. What a wonderful person he was. And we're very happy to have him. And we just want him to know that we really, really care about him, and that we're going to miss him. We love him. And we hope that his endeavors are absolutely wonderful in his life. But there's one little thing. He's also creative, and that creative department has all these little quirky things. So follow me. We're going to go over to a room. I'm going to show you what we're going to do here, because in order for us to enter this room, we have to jump through some hula hoops. So check this out. Okay, look it. On the door here, this is a very creative department, and because they have to work all the time in there and they can't be interrupted, we got to be really careful what we do. So the only way you can get in there is if you bring Scooby snacks. So what we did is we went out and got some Scooby snacks to last us for the year so that we can go in to the graphic arts department. They create commercials all day long, and they just can't be interrupted. The only way that we can go inside is with Scooby snacks. So check this out. All right, come on.
And Nye County Tax Assessor Shirley Madsen was found guilty on 2 counts of ethics violation and fined $5,000 by the Nevada Commission on Ethics. By a 3-2 vote, the commission found that Madsen failed to commit to avoid conflicts between her and private interests and those of the public, and used her position to intimidate and harass other officials and employees to defend against the recall efforts. They also voted 3-2 that Madsen used government time, property, equipment, or other facilities to benefit her personal or financial interests by way of taping signs on her county vehicle. The commission ultimately voted not to remove the assessor from her position.
We'll have more News 46's Week in Review when we come back. A 3-wheel off-road vehicle flipped on eastbound Mesquite. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue arrived on scene along with Nye County Sheriff's deputies who established a landing zone for Mercy Air 21 to land on scene to transport the victim to UMC Trauma Center in Las Vegas. Nye County Sheriffs are investigating this accident.
Candidate for Nye County Commissioner District 3, Julie Hargis, held a fundraiser last week at the Pahrump Valley Winery.
By Gretchen and Bill Loken at this beautiful venue. I love what they do up here for the community. They're great supporters of the party, and it was just a natural place to bring my friends and supporters and the public and have them come up and have dinner with me.
So how's the campaign going?
It's going really, really well. I am really pleased with the support people are giving me. Not doing a lot of meet and greets, just out there at the candidate nights and being involved with meeting a lot of people one-on-one. And I ask people to please continue to contact me, emailing me. I like sitting down having coffee with people one-on-one, listening to them.
And what are some of the concerns that people are expressing about in your district?
Some of the things, they've heard rumors of incorporation. They've heard rumors of splitting the county. I think right now, especially splitting the county, we don't need to stretch our resources any further. We need to take the resources we've got, make them stretch as far as we can, avoid taxes, avoid things that look like they could be by being resourceful and using what we do have. Right now, the general fund, 44% of it is with public safety. They're having some budget issues. Public safety is so important to us. We need to stay in the market so that we can get good public safety officers here. So we need to go and shop for some good benefits and things with them and be able to get the sheriff's office lots and lots of good quality help that we need, because that's a big part of our budget and our community. So I'm behind keeping that going, definitely. You know, I was born in Virginia, down in the South. I have 3 daughters. I have 5 grandchildren. My mother, who is here tonight, and I'm very blessed to have her here with me, invited me to move here 8 years ago. I've been coming here since 1996, she reminds me, because her memory's a little bit better than mine. I'm the founder of the Harvest Food Drive. I'm the incoming president of the Prom Valley Rotary Club. I've spent countless hours serving the citizens of Nye County, helping and working with charitable work. I was recognized recently at the Martin Luther King Scholarship Program for my outstanding performance and lasting contribution and voluntary work throughout Prom Valley, so I was very gracious for that. I've been a member of the Prom Valley Republican Women's Club and the Nye County Republican Central Committee for some time now, where I served as treasurer on the committee. I have a website, and any of my events or invited things that I'll be at is on www.electjuliehargis.com. They can email me at juliehargis@hotmail.com. My number is 775-513-0960. And they can contact me anytime if I'm not there. Leave a message. I'm going to be at the meet and greets. I hope to, anybody has any creative ideas, I'm totally approachable on it.
6 new cadets are in training at the Nye County Sheriff's Office. They had DUI practicals training last Friday night. Deputy Brian Jonas speaks to us about why alcohol affects people in different ways.
Often they drink, how big of a person they are, how long ago they ate. So there's a whole lot of different factors there. Our metabolism, some of us metabolize alcohol quicker or slower than others. So it can vary. You can have somebody that is not a big drinker who doesn't drink on a regular basis, who can have one drink and their breath limit, if you were to check their limit, they might be a 0.05, but yet they can barely stand up. They can't do the field sobriety test because they're not used to having alcohol in their system.
The person that we have here tonight that has not been drinking, has any deputies failed them on their FSTs?
A couple of them were questionable on it, but they did note that, they could see that they said that her eyes tracked smoothly and they didn't see any of the jerkiness in the eyes and everything.
And is that person behaving like they're drunk?
No. Nope, they're just complying with whatever they want from them.
And so this academy is how long exactly?
27 weeks.
And then are these cadets going to go on to become deputies here at the Nye County Sheriff's Office, or?
Yes.
So we will be hiring these 6 if they in fact pass and graduate.
They're actually already hired through a grant. It's a federal grant. I'm not sure exactly what the name of this one is that they have right now, but for 5 years their salaries and everything are paid through this federal grant, and then at the end of that 5 years they're either absorbed into positions that are open with us.
And will they be on the streets here in Prom or all over Nye County or in the detention center? Or?
Yes, they will be here in the Prom Valley.
Caught up with candidate for Justice of the Peace, Patrick Walker, about an event that was held this Friday at Mountain Falls.
We're having it at Mountain Falls Golf Course on the Friday the 20th. It begins at 6 p.m. that evening and it runs till 8. It'll probably actually be until we're done. We're going to have different snacks and drinks there and this and that. You can come out and enjoy yourself. You can meet me. I'm sure there'll be several other candidates out there that you can meet as well. We're going to have a good time. Please come on out. It's open to the public. It's just a meet and greet.
And what makes you different from the other candidates?
Well, I have a unique background. I come out of law enforcement. I've been with the Nevada Highway Patrol now. This coming Friday will be my anniversary for 20 years. I bring a broad-based experience. Grew up in the ranching communities, farming. Went into the military, did the coal mines, worked in construction. Pretty broad-based background and experiences. And then I add in my law enforcement experience on top. I think I can bring a good balance to the courts with what I've experienced in my life. And I will bring an unbiased opinion along as well. I'm doing this for the people. I really am. You're gonna see my different ads and stuff. I'm here for them, not me. I'm bringing my experience forward to put to work for them so we can get these courts up and running and get them efficient. That's one of my broad-based issues. Again, it's for the people. Well, it's going to be different because as a highway patrolman, we deal with the crimes as they occur or we're sent to investigations, especially an accident investigation where we find people who have done something wrong. We deal with DUIs, narcotics, pretty broad base of the different things that happen out on the highways. I mean, that's where my bread and butter is out on the highway. However, I have had further experience. I mean, I've had crimes that off the highway that have led me into doing home searches, you know, and multiple suspects being added to the investigations. Whereas a judge, you're on the other side of the coin. Instead of applying the probable cause, the elements of a crime to the court as a witness for the state, now I'll be in the middle listening to both sides argue about the crimes that are presented to the court.
And why you? Why should people pick you?
I think I have what they need. I'm not biased in any way. Even in my duties, official duties, when I testify to what I know. I'm not there to flavor it. I'm not there to try to win. It's just I give the evidence as I know it and as I've documented it and what's occurred to the best of my ability. Again, if there is room for doubt, that doubt is given to the other side, to either the victim or the defendant. Again, even as a trooper, it's not about me in there. I'm just the witness for the state who's done the investigation.
And again, tell us when your meet and greet is.
It's going to be the 20th, Friday, in here a week from this next Friday.
And is there any contact info? Do you have a website?
I do have a website. You can go to electpatwalker.com. I also have a Facebook under Patrick Walker. You can go there. I am going to try to get it into the newspapers as well, with both the Mirror and the Pahrump Valley Times, to get this out so people can come. It's not a fundraiser. It's just come and meet me. I'd like to talk to y'all.
The Pahrump Valley Obedience Club cut a ribbon with the Pahrump Valley Chamber of Commerce this week.
Everybody for coming out to today's ribbon cutting of our newest member, the Pahrump Valley Chamber of Commerce, the Pahrump Valley Obedience Club. It's been said that the chamber's now gone to the dogs. So at this time, I'm going to have Mike and John cut the ribbon. Perfect.
We offer training classes 3 times a year. Our instructors are trained, and most of them have titles so that they know what they're doing. We encourage the public to come out and join us. So our meetings are the 3rd Tuesday of each month, and we've just moved back to the Bob Roode Center at 7 o'clock.
Yes, our meeting is tonight.
Yes.
And registration for our next dog class is tomorrow night at the Bob Roode Center, and then they will start on this Saturday training for 6 weeks.
What time is that?
It's at 7 o'clock.
Both meetings and registration?
Yes.
And we have a whole bunch of dogs here. Are these all students?
Some are students, some are past students. Most of these are dogs that are showing or have shown and have titles. As I said, we have 1 or 2 mixed breeds, and the classes are open to all dogs of all breeds. It doesn't have to be a registered breed. We do ask that the dogs have their current shots.
How much are the classes?
They're $45. There is a discount for seniors of $5.
When do you normally hold the classes?
They're usually Saturday morning.
Yeah. We are also having a show here the last weekend in October, and that's when we will have people coming in from California, Arizona, Utah, plus Las Vegas coming in for a show, and it's going to be a really nice show. And we hope that the community will at least come out and look and see what we do.
When is that going to be?
It's the October 24th and 28th.
And what time is that?
It'll start at 8 in the morning and it'll go till when it's finished.
For more information, who can they call?
537-6355. You can call me. I'll make sure you get with the right people. So just give me a call.
Well, they can just show up here at the Bob Roode Community Center tomorrow night, right?
That's right.
We'll have more local news when News 46 Weekend Review returns.
Welcome back to News 46's Week in Review. The Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza Hometown Hero Award was presented to Lorraine Russo Harper for her work with Symphony Animal Foundation.
Here today with Lorraine from Symphony Animal Center, and I got to tell you, I am so excited. I'm here to present her with the Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza Hometown Hero Award, and I can't think of anybody more deserving. Tell us some of the wonderful things that you are doing to help the animals in our valley that have nowhere to go.
Well, first and foremost, let me thank you
and everybody that voted for me, those that nominated me. This is quite an honor. Symphony Animal Foundation, we are in the process of building a no-kill facility for our community for all domestic animals. It's not just dogs, cats, horses, goats, chickens, birds. We want to save all domestic animals. It is such a huge problem in our community with people just abandoning them and people that can't afford to take care of them anymore. There's so many different reasons that people can't hang on to their animals. And our shelter is a kill shelter, and they run out of room and they euthanize these animals. So we're building a safe haven for them.
Now we're going to make a donation today on behalf of Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza in your name to the foundation, because you are our local hero. You were nominated by Jim and Doris May. They're big fans of the animal shelter. And in your name, we're going to donate $300 to help you guys in any way that you guys need it. And then also, the good folks up at the winery have decided that they want to give you dinner at their restaurant at Symphony's for you personally, along with a bottle of wine.
That is wonderful. The $300 will go right into our building fund, so thank you so much for that. Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza and Sheldon, you have been big supporters of Symphony, hosting car washes for us and whatnot. I can't thank you enough. It means so much. The winery, how appropriate is it for Symphony's to go to Symphony's restaurant? So Absolutely. That is awesome. Thank you. And believe me, I will enjoy that bottle of wine.
And Phil Huff from the Pahrump Valley Historical Museum spoke to us regarding the recent acquisition of a document they believed had the original signature of Abraham Lincoln.
After we were presented a document, we brought it back here to the museum, and Celine Haig, who's our historian here, our ace historian, went ahead and did a lot of research on it in a very short period of time, determined that the signature is printed along with the document. In other words, it's just a regular signature. And as you know, it has the period behind it, which they did in those times to differentiate between a real signature and a printed signature. And therefore, it's not a real signature. However, we still have the document on hand at the museum to show, because the document itself is very valuable. The document itself was issued to a particular soldier. We've done the research on this soldier. He was a private in C Company of the 144th Division from the Ohio Volunteers. And this was a program that they instituted at the end of the war in order to have more soldiers. They did volunteer regiments that were guaranteed a 100-day service. In other words, the day that you joined, you would serve for 100 days and you were released. And you were given this document that we have a copy of. And it's filled in with the soldier's name and his company, where he served, etc., in ink.
So this document itself is a copy, but they made so many copies, but this is an original saying that this went to this particular soldier. There's no copies of this soldier's document.
Right. Well, let's say that it was a printed document, not a copy. It's a printed document, and they printed many thousands of them, of course, for the soldiers. But each soldier received one of these, and they filled it in completely with ink. And the ink, if you look at the document, you see the ink is turning a brownish color because the ink at those times used a lot of iron in their content, and they change from the weather and from the light to a different color. But you can still see the soldier's name, and it tells where he served and so on. These soldiers that volunteered for this 100-day tour of duty were not required to go to the front and fight in battles. They did other services, and so they were safe during that period of time. And as a result, many tens of thousands of volunteers came from, this happened to be Ohio Regiment, and there were also in the state of Indiana, Iowa, Illinois, and Michigan. They did the same thing. So they think there was as many as 80,000 of these documents issued, each one filled out by hand. But the president couldn't have signed that many, nor Edwin Stanton, the Secretary of War.
And if you would like to view the entire interview with Phil Huff, go to KPVM's YouTube page or KPVM's Facebook page. And if you would like to see this document in person, the museum on Basin is open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m.
A man was arrested after allegedly attacking two officers following a road rage incident.
On Sunday, approximately noon, Deputy Fancher with the Nye County Sheriff's Office was on routine patrol in the area of Highway 372 and Starlight Video, where he was flagged down by 2 males and a female. The deputy exited his vehicle, and one of the suspects was immediately aggressive with Deputy Fancher. He told the suspect several times to calm down and stand by his vehicle. Fancher took the suspect to the ground, where he continued to be combative. Detective Eric Murphy arrived on scene. He and Deputy Fancher were able to place the suspect in handcuffs. He refused medical treatment on scene. Deputy Fancher and Detective Murphy were sent to Desert View Hospital, where they received medical treatment for their injuries. Investigation showed that this was a road rage incident between the suspect and the other male and female. The suspect, David Fan, 63 years old, was booked into the Nye County Detention Center on the following charges: assault on a protected person and resisting a public officer. His bail has been set at $1,274. And on Wednesday, April 11th, around midnight, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies were dispatched to 120 West Blosser Ranch Road for domestic battery. Upon arrival, deputies learned the suspect, 66-year-old Mr. Ronald Kuehl, barricaded himself in a travel trailer on the north end of the property, and that he was in possession of a shotgun. Deputies attempted to talk the suspect out of the trailer, but were unsuccessful. Nye County Sheriff's Office SWAT was called to the scene after the suspect threatened to use his shotgun on the Nye County Sheriff's Office personnel. NCSO SWAT used a distraction device and was able to make entry into the trailer and apprehend the suspect. Ronald Kuehl was booked into the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center on the following charges: intimidating a public officer with a firearm, resisting a public officer with a deadly weapon, battery on a police officer, and domestic battery, with elder enhancement involved as well. His bail has been set at $18,637.
And on Saturday, approximately 4:30 in the afternoon, a man was arrested for possession of methamphetamine after a Bureau of Land Management officer advised Nye County sheriffs that he had arrested the suspect, 56-year-old Ron Lowell Hoover, for a drug-related warrant out of Clark County. Bureau of Land Management Officer Nayland stated that while searching Hoover, he discovered a small baggie containing a clear crystalline substance which resembled meth. The officer tested the substance, which gave a positive result. Hoover was taken into custody and transported to the Nye County Detention Center and booked for possession of methamphetamine and for being under the influence of a controlled substance. He is being held on $10,000 bail.
And the Nye County Commissioners have awarded $2.36 million contract to Wolfenstein Construction to remove and replace the sewer line trench under Blagg Road. The road was undermined in December of 2010 after rain left multiple sinkholes and collapsed 2 lift stations. This will address the area from Basin Avenue north to Atkinson Street. The rest of the damaged roadway up to Mesquite is left to be determined when the assessment is completed. This will occur as work begins on the first portion. And we will be right back with more of News 46 when we return.
Welcome back to News 46's Week in Review. A 5K run with a sunset walk will be held at Spring Mountain Motor Speedway.
5K Sunset Run out at Spring Mountain Raceway. Affiliated Chiropractor and Physical Therapy is helping us sponsor the 5K run. We will be starting registration at 6 p.m. out at Spring Mountain, and the race for the 5K runners will be, or walkers, will be starting at 7. And as soon as we're finishing up with the 5K run, we will begin the glow-in-the-dark family fun run or walk.
So this is going to be at 7 in the morning originally, or 7 in the evening?
7 in the evening, yes. Sunset. We're doing a sunset run.
Wonderful. And then the walk is just for people to enjoy. What is this all benefiting?
This is benefiting a local girls camp. They spend a week up in Mount Charleston here to, just to become better girls for our community, and it helps them to grow closer to nature and God and their friends and just become better girls.
Wonderful. So if people can't make this run, can they still donate to help out the girls?
Yes, they sure can. In fact, we're looking for sponsors and donations from anyone who would like to help with the expenses, and you can drop off any checks payable to Affiliated Physical Therapy up at his office on Postal Road.
Wonderful. And tell me about the registration fee for the 5K.
Okay, registration fee, $25 for a participant for the 5K run, or $35 for a couple. $15 for students, 18 and under. The family fun run is $40 a family, or $10 a person.
Wow.
Yes.
And did you say that there's glow sticks? Do they need to bring their own?
No, we will provide all the glow-in-the-dark fun stuff. Thank you. Yeah.
And
it'll be a lot of fun.
what date and time again?
It will be April 28th, 6 o'clock registration.
And for more information, who can they call?
Christy Meads, 209-3818. Also, if I may add, if your registrations are turned in by April 21st, then T-shirts will be given.
And one person was transported locally following a two-vehicle accident at Homestead and Mans.
Report of a two-vehicle accident with unknown injuries. Upon arrival, we found the accident. Significant damage to the passenger vehicle. We found one person still in the pickup truck. That person was removed, treated, and transported, taken to a local hospital.
We had to extricate him.
It was not really a true extrication. We just had one of the doors was hanging up a little bit, so we used some makeshift tools and gave it a little muscle, and it popped right open.
And that was the injury was inside the pickup truck. Were the people inside the passenger vehicle transported as well?
No, the passenger, the occupant of the passenger vehicle decided not to be treated medically.
And do we know what type? Is this a T-bone accident, or do you know what?
You know, it's under investigation by the sheriff's office, but it appears to be an offset collision. So there'll be investigators to determine exactly what happened here today.
A pickup truck rear-ended another truck and trailer in front of Desert Greens on Wilson.
And collision occurred last night approximately 7 p.m. on Wilson, just east of Lola, in front of Desert Greens. Apparently, the pickup truck rear-ended this truck and trailer as they were making a right-hand turn into Desert Greens. We're told that the trailer was hauling items that were going to be sold at a large garage sale inside Desert Greens this weekend. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue evaluated the driver of the pickup truck on scene, who refused to be transported. No one inside the truck or trailer was injured. There was a large fluid spill on the ground, which Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue were able to clean up. Nye County Sheriff's deputies are investigating. This is Deanna O'Donnell on Wilson and Lola. And a kickoff party was held recently for town board candidate Bill Dolan.
It was open to all residents of town, all candidates, to come out, have a little bite to eat, get to know people, ask questions. I'm an open book when it comes to any question that wants to be asked. And as I've told everybody, I won't lie to you. I may tell you what you don't want to hear as the correct answer, but this campaign's an open book.
How's the campaign going?
It's going very well. We've got some tremendous support going on. As you saw tonight with the amount of turnout here, our small little building was full. Everybody had a good time, and just more and more support every day.
If people haven't met you or seen you before or don't know, you actually served on the Pahrump Town Board before.
I was the past vice chairman for 2 years, just a member, I believe it was 7 months prior to that, and served. Yes, I did.
And also a veteran?
I am a U.S. Army veteran, served 10 years.
And you are an in-home health nurse right now, right?
What I am is a case manager for Family Care Home Health Agency in Pahrump. I basically run the office out here, do their marketing, case manage all the patients that are on staff, handle employee hires, fires, just jack of all trades out here right now.
And you're campaigning for Pahrump Town Board. Are you having some upcoming meet and greets?
We haven't had anything scheduled past this. One of the things I'm doing is, this is all out of my own pocket. We're not reaching out to anybody for anything. We're doing it. Again, we're keeping it open. We're keeping it above board for everybody. Everybody's hollering transparency these days.
Law enforcement from all over the world will be converging into Pahrump today for the annual Baker to Vegas relay.
Through here and blocks up all the roads and gives the town a lot of good income. So we're happy to have it here, even though it slows us down a bit.
How many years have we been doing this?
This is the 28th year.
Wow.
And Chuck Foote and John are still in charge of it.
So is the Nye County Sheriff's Office also participating this year as well?
Yes, they are.
And the DA's office, right?
That's right.
What number are we, do you know?
Oh, goodness, I don't know. I just got the list back to me the other day because my computer went down of all times.
Well, we'll keep everybody posted so they can look out for that number. The numbers are on the cars. They have team numbers. But there's people from all over the world here. Where are we getting teams from now?
We have them coming from Canada, the UK, Germany, France. There's 5. Oh, goodness, I've forgotten one.
But they start out in Baker at what time?
They start at 9 o'clock in the morning. We expect the first runners through here at Blag and 372 about 4:30. So around 5:15, 5:20, they should be hitting the chamber trailer. And that's where we give out cookies and water and bananas.
And that's at Saddle West, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Right.
How many teams this year?
We have 10 more than last year, so we have 270 teams. Wow. And this year, it is so hot, we're really kind of worried. And so they're bringing the emergency truck and everything to be at the corner at the Nugget. And that way, most radios work out here in case we have an emergency that we have to get to.
And Nye County Emergency Services, of course, help out with their ham radio operators there too as well. If people haven't seen the Baker to Vegas or know what it is, give us a quick run through of what it is.
It's the largest police action in the world that's not, arresting people or doing investigations. And we have almost every state in the union. And like I say, we have 5 teams from out of the country. And then last year, if you'll remember, we honored the fallen officers with the baton exchange, and we honored our officer who we had lost here with T-shirts.
Yeah, Ian Deutsch, we had and he was also on the baton. On the baton this year, is there the fallen officers as well?
No. There may be names left over from the teams that are running. They may carry their own team member. But as far as all of them being designated, the individual teams will be doing it this year.
And then this is a relay race. They pass a baton at these certain stations. And how many people per team?
Well, there's a minimum of 20 runners. And like this year, my son's being a substitute from Leg 5 to 10, which is at Blag. In case they have somebody that faints or has an emergency, they have to carry an extra runner.
And the runners run from how many miles to how many miles?
Anywhere from 6.6 miles down to 4.2, like going up Spring Mountain and coming over Ibass Pass and things like that. The runners have a little shorter distance, about 1.5 miles shorter than the normal leg.
Nye County's team number is 206, so go out and support them. And now here's Deanna O'Donnell with your news across Nevada.
According to the U.S. Drought Monitor, Nevada is experiencing abnormally dry conditions and is likely that a continuation of these conditions will lead to drought. Based on this information, the Bureau of Land Management Battle Mountain District has prepared a preliminary district drought management environmental assessment. A 30-day comment period will close May 16th. The effects of drought are oftentimes far-reaching, impacting the environment and the economy of an area. Specific impacts depend on drought severity, but often include increased number and severity of fires, lack of forage and drinking water, decreased vigor and production of plants, damage to plant species, increased wind and water erosion of soils, reduction and degradation of fish and wildlife habitat, increased death loss of wildlife, wild burros and horses, as well as livestock. Drought is a reoccurring, unpredictable environmental feature which must be included in planning. To get involved or for more information, go to blm.gov or call 775-635-4059 or 775-635-4067. The Bureau of Land Management has announced that it has selected for environmental analysis a public-private land wild horse eco sanctuary proposal submitted by Saving America's Mustangs, or SAM, which is a nonprofit organization. The BLM expects its analysis, which will include extensive public input, to be completed in approximately 2 years, after which the agency will make a decision about whether to enter into a formal partnership with SAM. SAM's proposed non-reproductive 900-head eco sanctuary would help the BLM care for the horses while ensuring healthy rangeland conditions. Under the proposal, SAM would improve and maintain fencing and water wells and oversee management of the eco sanctuary horses, which would remain under federal ownership. SAM would also provide Western history and wild horse-related education and promote ecotourism. The BLM managed public lands that would be part of the proposed eco sanctuary are 530,000 acres, known as spruce grazing allotment, would continue to be publicly accessible for a variety of outdoor activities such as big game hunting. The proposed eco sanctuary also includes SAM's private land, approximately 14,000 acres located in northeastern Nevada, south of Wells. For more information, go to blm.gov. McDonald's Golden Arches are going glitz. The iconic burger chain recently opened a one-of-a-kind restaurant on the Strip across from the
across the street from City Center and the Cosmopolitan. The Metro McDonald's, as it's called, features a digital menu board, Wi-Fi access, sleek modern furniture, and graffiti murals. It encompasses 6,734 square feet over 2 stories and is open 24 hours. Las Vegas is the only city in the world to house a Metro McDonald's. To celebrate its debut, the restaurant will host a grand opening party for the public from midnight to 6 a.m. Friday, May 4th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell, and that's your News Across Nevada.
Well, that's it, folks, for News 46's Weekend Review. Some of the weekend events include the Baker to Vegas Relay. Runners should be coming through town at approximately 5 p.m. until 2 a.m., so watch out for them.
And the PV Cruisers are holding their annual show and shine at Petrick Park.
And of course, don't forget the Earth Day event, which is at Ian Deutsch Memorial Park on Saturday from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m.
And congressional candidate for Congressional District 4, Danny Tarkanian, will be in town this morning at 10 a.m. for the grand opening of his campaign satellite office located at Sunflower Fashions on Highway 160 in Loop Road.
And that does it for this edition of News 46. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I have one more thing to say. Happy birthday to Zach, our weatherman. He will be 20 years old on this 21st of April.
Yes, very
happy birthday.
And I am
Jason Koblenz.
Good night.
Good night.